The reason I knew it was 68 is because I remember hearing about reports of the riots in Cleveland and in Detroit.
That's right.
And I remember it was like, well, isn't it good to be up here and not there?
Yeah.
You know, while that was going on.
See, Martin,
and that was the summer of 68.
Yeah, Martin Luther King was killed.
Yeah, and we were living in Marquette.
Marquette.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
You know who else I remember meeting?
Yeah, oh yeah.
I remember meeting Mrs. Romney, who was Mitt Romney's mother.
Yeah.
Because she was the First Lady of Michigan at the time.
Yeah.
And she came by and was staying with the Wrights, with Dr. Wright and his wife, and staying at their house. And
that would be Mitt's father's.
Mitt's mother. It'd be Mitt's mother.
Yeah.
And I remember meeting her, and because she was introduced to me as the First Lady of Michigan.
Yeah, and Mitt's father had that small car thing. Remember?
Yeah. Yes, he was. Yes.
American Motors or something.
I
Yeah.
like this. Very cute.
Well.
Mitt Romney's mother and Mitt Romney were pictured in Time back when he was running. Some article about her being interested in politics but never won or something like that.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I might have to break down and have one.
That's right.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
Delicious.
I've been on a binge of food that's bad for me. You know, when you're upset or something, you go, I don't know if you do
It's
that.
Easter. You got candy.
Yeah, it's comfort food, I think they call
There
it.
you go. There you go.
Should I go to the basement and look for one old album? I didn't want to bring up all
Yeah.
the past
Yeah.
stuff. You know?
No, that's good.
So I don't
That's
know.
that's
I
fine.
would appreciate it if it's okay.
Okay.
That'd be fine.
You know, I haven't even scouted it, but I think I know where you and Libby are. You know, you were here once before. You know, a long time.
Oh, okay.
Okay, just keep this going, and I'll take my time and look for it. Okay.
Thank you. I appreciate
I'm trying
that.
to figure what I should bring up.
You know, and there's also the photos you just sent. Actually, Kate,
Yeah.
we could go through those, and you can tell
Yeah.
Grandpa what they are and Harriet
Yeah.
what they are.
I think we figured it out, except
Gotcha.
one, I'll bring them down in a minute, but except one or two of them, we figured them out.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna.
What do you remember about Marquette, Dad?
Cold for one thing. I
Yeah.
have, oh yeah, this is an interesting side of it. I had a native of American Samoa. His name was
Yes.
Fidi Oswego.
Right.
And he said
And he was
to
a
me-
Samoan,
He
right?
was a Samoan, and he could climb the flagpole.
Yeah.
He'd take off his shoes and climb to the top of the flagpole. Just
With his hands and feet. huh?
agility and strength.
Uh-huh.
And there was no one in Marquette. Remember, I was good friends with the chief of Marquette.
Yeah, the chief of police,
Chief
right?
police. And he says, Gail, he says, when we have to arrest Oswego, he says, you got to take 2 or 3 cops along. He says,
When they have to arrest him?
yeah.
Was he getting in trouble in town and all?
Yeah, he was nice looking and
Yeah.
sharp white, beautiful white teeth
Yeah.
and so forth. And all the women loved him. And he was charming. Anyhow, but he was very quickly
Yeah.
would come to
I
fisticuffs.
see.
So, but anyhow, what was it? Oh, he said to me, Chief, he said, don't you worry about reveille. I hold reveille, I get everybody up. And I never had to doubt that, but
no
you
doubt.
come out of the sack or else.
That was Feedy.
Yeah.
That's Feedy was gonna whack you.
Yeah.
That's funny.
That's funny. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then we had this guy in quarters B. I sort of lost track of him, but
Mm.
yes, he had a child that had some sort of expanded brain. He died.
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
Yeah. You remember that?
He was in the hospital for a long time.
Yeah.
They were Texans.
That's right.
They were Texans,
Yeah.
and Rose was their name.
Bobby D.
Bobby D. Rose.
Yeah.
And he'd say things like, I'm from Texas, and some people think I talk slow,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I don't talk slow,
Yeah.
do I?
Yeah, yeah,
Remember that?
yeah.
I remember Bobby D. Rose.
Of course, he has a middle initial that you know.
Of course.
Because he's from
Yeah.
Texas.
Of course. And, yeah, their son was, he was unconscious for longer than a year, as I recall.
Yeah, that's
in the
right.
hospital, and he finally died.
I think his wife's name was Ann.
Ann Rose, that's right.
Yeah.
Ann Rose and Bobby D. Rose, I remember them, they were sweet people.
It's interesting, Mark, there were two harbors,
Uh-huh.
upper and lower, and then we had a offshore light,
Yeah.
and of course the lighthouse, and
Yeah.
Big Bay was where, you remember a long time ago there was a story, there's
Yeah.
a movie made up, The Anatomy of a Murder.
Oh, yeah, no, I've been there, Deb. I know the
Yeah.
Big Bay Inn, and I know
Yeah, okay.
Thunder Bay Inn.
Well,
call it the Midway.
okay, where I was
Mhm.
sitting, I was sitting,
Yeah.
which brings up another family. Excuse me. Trying to think. Boots Cuckoo.
Yeah, I don't remember him,
Cuckoo.
but,
Boots Cuckoo, he was quite a famous hockey player.
okay, all right.
And-
There's a lot of hockey in the UP of Michigan,
and
that's for sure.
yeah.
That's for sure true.
He was quite,
Yeah.
they called him Boots because that,
Yeah,
anyhow, yeah, let me think about that. I'm sure that I knew he and his his wife's name was Grace, and I remember. Do you remember the Coast Guard Auxiliary? I started.
I don't, but I believe,
Well, anyhow,
sure.
I started.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in that area, I started the Coast Guard Auxiliary. At least they formed it.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
And I helped teach. I taught some of the classes for the
Mhm.
auxiliary. And I'm trying
Safe
to-
sailing, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you became friends with the fellow who owned the lighthouse in,
Benjamin Peck.
yeah, Dr. Peck.
Dr. Peck.
Yeah, Dr.
Pick.
Pick, P-I-C-K.
P-I-C-K.
You know, and that lighthouse today, because I've been there, Dad.
Yeah.
That lighthouse is a
gotta be
bed
a
and breakfast.
memorial.
It's a bed and breakfast. No,
Yeah.
the Picks sold it to somebody else who you can now stay there. You know,
Yeah.
you can stay there. And I didn't stay there, but it's one of the more famous lighthouses
Yeah,
in the Upper
it sure
Peninsula.
is. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just about 5 or 10 miles from where Anatomy of the Murder was filmed.
Yeah.
And
That was an interesting story. Did you ever see the
there's the
movie
Huron Bay
Anatomy
Club.
of-
Huh?
Did you ever see the movie Anatomy of a Murder?
Sure, Dad.
Yeah,
Sure.
sure did.
Yeah. Part of that was filmed in Marquette too, the Marquette
Yes,
courthouse.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. Maybe the most famous thing that's ever happened in
yeah.
Marquette. It might be actually.